Just text, I know it's a toss up, but I hate the fact that we lost touch. Ayy, the Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying?
Well, hello. How is everybody this morning? On this Monday morning, I am so excited to be here. So excited to be here. It is sunny here in Florida. It is sunny. I'm going out today, y'all. I am going out today. Hey, JN, see, I didn't forget. I don't forget you, baby boy. Hey, I am so happy to be here, Jaden. It's almost time for school. When do school start, Jaden? Because I have to watch out for you, because I don't know, Jaden. You know, you. I don't want you skipping around here coming to lives. I'm so happy to be here this morning. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be all over the place. Hey, Sky. How you doing, Sky? Almost said the other name, but I remember. Hey, I haven't been over to your live. Have you been doing lives? Welcome, everybody. Thumbs up. Share me out. And I'll make sure I pin you up on Wednesday because that'll help me grow. Hey, Bill. That's my baby brother. I'm going to be all over the place today. And I know Bill was everywhere. No, I ain't going to bother you today. I'll wait till Wednesday. I was supposed to have someone come up with me today, but he had to cancel because of family. And I definitely understand about family. But the cruise community has been really busy. If anybody go over to the community, hey, April, I was in your live. I don't think, did I say anything? Because you was cleaning up your room. You was talking and chit-chatting how I'll be chit-chatting. You were looking so cute. And she just going through the room, just chitter-chattering like we're right in the room. And that just makes it so like relatable, because my closets look like yours, ain't no different. And that's what I'm saying. People talk about other people. Oh, the sun coming through this window is hot. Hey, Bud Files. I see Bud Files. They're trying to get together their join button. Yeah, y'all talking about things you're gonna do. You know what, Bud Files? Make it as easy as you can, okay, on that. Because if you try to do too much, then you're not going to be able to do it. So don't overdo it. You know what I mean? And also the new ones that stopping by and the ones that's coming for replay. Once you get monetized, I want you to really think about the charges that you make. Like the money, if it's $1.99 or $4.99, think about it real hard, because the reason being is once you put those numbers in and you want to change them later on, YouTube don't make it easy. Okay, so if you end up saying you want to change it and make them higher or lower, you're going to lose everybody that joined. Okay, and then they have to rejoin all over again. So think, and even Warmstrong, I know he hasn't started yet, but I want y'all to think about that hard, because I know a lot of people started low. Hey, Scott, I see you. I see Scott, because a lot of people started out low. And now they want to go up on their prices. And I think Miss T is one of them. And now she knows that if she does, first, YouTube has to approve it. Then if they approve it, then when they come back, you losing everybody you had. And all those people have to, reapply. So that's why people, that's why I say be careful with that, and be careful. I'm not just talking to you, but I'm talking to myself too, is just be careful and not overpromise and not make it hard for you and take the joy out of it, because y'all was saying a lot. Y'all was saying, y'all was saying a lot. I said, oh, they do that much. I'm coming over. And then people are really gonna expect it. Controversial cruise, and hey, I should have had Scott up here with me this morning. Scott, you ready to come up? Scott talking about you don't wait until the last minute, Betty. Think about it, Scott. I'm gonna be all over the place this morning, but I am gonna tell y'all about my weekend. That's what got it all this started about partying. You know, life may not be the party we hope for. Oh, I'm gonna talk about that, but I'm gonna be all over the place. I thank y'all so much for coming. Um, Kenzie TV, which is Sky, she's gonna be on live tonight. You didn't give me a he or she. I'm not sure, but anyway, Sky's gonna be on tonight, and I love going over there and chit chatting, you know, with her a little bit. And I'm hoping I'm using the right, you know, the she part right. I'm hoping. So let me know if I'm right. I'm pretty sure I am. And everybody's, Keisha, I thought about my Keisha this morning. I surely did, Keisha. You were in my thoughts when I thought about this topic, because I was going in for another topic, really. And this just, you know, laid on my heart. Y'all know how stuff when it lay on my heart. It and it makes it so easy. That's what's making it easier about YouTube right now. Is I find when you really do it from here, it's easier. And then I don't have to do as many notes. And even on my lives, thanks again, everybody, for being here. And thumbs up, thumbs up. And I will pin you up to the top and share you out on Wednesday. And this morning, who I have pinned is Dippa Hema. Dippa is amazing. I got his link, please. He is a great supporter. And he don't just look at part of your stuff, he looks at a whole lot. And Jaden 0428, another one of my great supporters. And time for Jaden to go back to school, y'all. It is time for Jaden to go back to school. Kenzie's TV said, I'm not doing that. I'm doing 99 cents, $2.99, and $4.99. And you are saying it's right. Is she? Okay, I thought so. I just want to be, you know, correct. And I know you wouldn't have got upset with me even if I, you know, would have got it wrong. But okay, so long as you are happy with those prices from years from now, it's all right. You know, it is all right. Now, Sky's already thought about it. So before she even gets monetized, but that's why I just want you to start thinking, is those the prices I really want to do? Okay. Because later on you might want to change your mind, is what it is. Okay, Keisha is saying hello. And Scott, he done told me no, he ain't coming up. So he said you don't wait at the last minute. And you know what the sad part is, Scott? I don't like people asking me the last minute. And then I had the nerves ask. But I know if I say, Scott, I need you. Now go get ready, get your clothes on, do whatever, you know. And that's even with Warmstrong. You know, he know if I really needed him like I, you know, really don't, I'm going to let him rest today. Okay, but I'm going to be talking about a lot. Life might not be the party we hope for and dreamed of as we was a child, as a teenager. I know I had different hopes, different dreams. I know a lot of you thought about, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer. You know, life, even in our teens, it's like, ooh, this ain't working the way. But when we hit those 20s, that's when we like, life ain't, unless you go to college and you're having a real good time. You know, I want to ask you, you know, when you were in your 20s, was life going the way you thought life was going to be? You know, I got married young in my 20s, thinking I'm going to have a lifetime, live with this man forever. We only made it 3 years. I didn't even know what forever was. In your 20s, I'm asking you in the chat, did you know, really know where your life was going when you were early 20s. Maybe 27, 28, you kind of figured it out a little bit. But I want to know, you know, OG Brand, hey, how you doing? Brand, when you were 20, was your life going the way you thought it was going to go? Or did you have to improve it later on? Because I've heard OG Brand a little bit, as he's talking. And even though sometimes we may say it just a little differently than OG, he's saying a lot of things that I say, and it warms my heart. And one thing OG Brand said, if someone, I believe this so truly and strongly, OG, is if someone asks you for money, why you got to tell other people? Why? Why do you have to tell other people? Why? Why do you have to tell other people their names? You know, why? Did you give it from your heart? Or did you just give it so you could talk about it? I love that, OG. I love that. Oh, Sky says, I'm still in my 20s. I'm 29. I'll be 30 in January. But Sky, I can tell you, from the time you're 20 to the time you're 29, you should have changed and grown a lot. And you can kind of see where your life is going, but you're still not quite sure which direction it's going to take. I say about 35 is a good age. I think normally around 27, you kind of wake up, you kind of wake up just a little bit. Let's see. Anybody else came in since I start running my mouth? Thank you, everybody, for being here. And all the people that come after my live, I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. OG said, when I was 20, my life. Yes, I heard a part of that. And that's why I'm saying, everybody, sometime going to other people's lives, because OG, I'm going to be honest. And one thing I'm going to say about my live, I'm trying to not walk a really tight line. I have to, because when you take on this stage, you take in a lot of power. You got a lot in your hands. So you have to be careful what you say and try to maneuver. But sometimes you got to push it a little bit. And so what I'm going to say to OG Brand, because he's like a son and he know I mean this from all my heart. Maybe if I saw OG Brand years ago, maybe I would have said, I'm not sure if I really want to know him. But you know what? On this YouTube, I'm so happy that I have, but it wouldn't be now, OG. I accept anybody. I could tell you, ever since I was a doula that worked with pregnant women, I understand that population. A lot of people don't, but I accept everybody the way they are. Okay. So, but OG Brand, life, it has that party that you had at the beginning. It's not the same party. Okay. So I know you are different. And even Sky say, I've changed. I have changed. Controversial, talking about what? How old are you, Scott? Yeah, 35. 35 years old is when the last of that brain decision making. That's why we make all those silly mistakes in our 20s. Like I talk about this stuff over and over, but it always comes out a different way. But it is. Life is a party. Okay? It really is a party. Jaden say my link doesn't work. Okay. On the ping. Okay, what I'll do is I'll redo it, Jaden, and then put it up again Wednesday. So you'll get it 2 times. Okay, I'll redo it on Wednesday. So yeah. CV is here. It's almost time for CV to go back to work, y'all. It is so It is so and CV, California. I wouldn't have never met CV if it wasn't online. And then seeing her popping his cars open, you know, and hearing them chit chat. I would have never known CV or his daughter that flies all over the world. I wouldn't know about, that controversial Scott. I am just beginning to know him. And like I told him, I sit back and I watch and I observe personalities very much. Okay. But you know what? Life is like a party. Okay. And you know how when somebody invites you to a party and you're okay, let me go back to controversial cruising before I start on this. So you're telling me I found you when I was 35 for a divine? Yes. And my decision skills. That's what I'm telling you. And you said a great thing because I met somebody through somebody that I really didn't like as much. And the other person, I met her because of that person. And that person is amazing. So the other person was put in my life for a reason to bring that other person to me. I'm telling you, Scott, that's how life works. It works. Some people are in our life for a season, and some people are in for a reason. You got it. You got it. You are here for a divine reason. I don't care if people don't believe in God. All of us are connected together. All the life energies and forces, we're all connected. Every last one of us. Even if we don't like each other, we're connected. Yes, Scott. Yep, you're in my life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I can tell you that. Let's see. Keisha said, in my early 20s, I thought I knew where life was headed. I never really knew. When I think back, Keisha, I really never knew when I think back. She said it wasn't until my late 20s, early 30s, and mine was 27. 27, I realized how much I had grown and found myself as an adult, a woman, a wife, a mother, and a career woman. Yes, I'm telling you, around those 27, if you haven't really grown by 27, you ain't gonna grow much more. Not saying you can't start your life over. You can start your life over even at my age. Life can be started over at any time, so long as we got breath in our body. Okay. Um, Ken, Sky says, I believe in God, even though I'm a transgender. I know it's wrong. I pray again, struggle with all my life. Woo, that's a powerful statement. That's a powerful statement, Kenzie. That's a statement I think that you go in a quiet corner and you really just stop all the outside noise and really see where you're at with that. Because you're saying that you're a transgender. You know it's wrong and you struggle with it. Wow. I don't even know how to even answer that and not take you to another place. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to take you to another place. The only thing I can say is just sit in a quiet corner. And you know what? It'll come to you. In those little whispers, some people call it the universe, some people call it God. But I'm telling you, listen to those whispers and it'll tell you. It'll tell you. It will tell you. Yeah. I thought you was having just a little struggle. Yeah, just a little struggle. Yeah. Okay. Um, but it's great you believe in something. Okay. It is great. What's that song? All my life I have been faithful. All my life I have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able. I will sing to the goodness of God. And the universe, whatever you believe in, because some people don't believe in God, and that's what they believe in. Dennis, hey, how you doing? And this is the part where I say that I can't walk such a tight line that I don't feel comfortable in talking about a little bit of everything. I won't go in deep into it, but yeah, Scott, honey, do you hear Armstrong singing? He be singing. Even on other channels, they be singing on their channels. I said, people have even talked to me. Yeah, I be singing. Oh, yeah, too. I decided to have on the 27th of August, that's the last Sunday of the month, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I decided to do a little bit late my tea party. Okay. So, and we're gonna probably have some different faces, or we're gonna have this, some of the same. Well, I know definitely we're gonna have some of the same, is what it is. So, thank you. I love it too. It's all over Instagram. I love it. I love it. I just can't sing like it. Okay. I'm getting so good. They gonna ding me in a little bit, Warm Strong. Ah, ah, ah. Yes, Keisha. Amen. CV says, but only 182 more work days. Yay. Okay. 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 CV, but only 182 more work days. Is that you're going to retire, or it's 182 more? Oh, you already started back to work. Maybe. The teachers. Okay. Donis, thank you. I love that song. Me too. I mean, my voice ain't like hers, but honestly, all of us can sing. It may not be on the same level as singers, but what's so nice about live, they don't ping you because my voice is so awful. So, so they don't do it. But another thing, I know we're going to talk about life, but I'm going to share this, what I found on Yahoo. It was this actress that have lived to be 82 years old, and she's still acting. And everybody was talking about how people live longer and have that quality of life. And OG still calling us silly. Hello, what's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? Let me share this, and let me ask you as I read this, what do you think this have any truth to it? This was a guy that say the reason why he's lived so long and he's happy is because of this. Okay, so let me put this up here. And it says, how do you age gracefully? First, never get married. What do y'all think about that? Never get married. And then they say, second, don't have kids. What do y'all think about that? And then they say, third, and most importantly, live alone. You're just wiped out the three things that will age you overnight that contribute to stress and drama. What do y'all think about that? Don't have children, never get married, and live alone. A marriage license is cheap, which is true. A divorce is not, which is true. He says, I never been married. I don't know if it's a he or she. I never been married, because of course they remain faceless. I never been married, have no kids, and I live alone. I just passed my 71st birthday, and most people think I am only 50. Woo! Okay. All right then. But I also have good genetics on my side. I'm half Italian and half Swedish. I don't know why that was important, but I guess he's trying to tell us what his genetics is. And 47 years of no smoking. I never smoked. No drinking. Wine. He said paid off. But they even say wine is good for you. Red wine. So I don't know if that's right. And no drinking paid off. And 2 cups of coffee every day. Never hurts. Hmm. What do y'all think about that? What do you think about that? Never get married. I know my sister has said that now at this point, because she's 50 something, and she looked back at me and my brother that have married and have kids. She's kind of glad that she never married. She said, but once in a while, she wished she would have had at least one child. And she lives alone, and sometimes that can be a little miserable. And that's why she has her dog with her. So, everybody thinks differently. They really do. It's like he has life really worked out. And Keisha says sound miserable if it was by my choice. If it was by choice. Yeah, because some of us, OG Brand laughing, some of us really love to be alone. So maybe that's what he or she wants. But I just thought that was interesting. I really thought that was interesting. And another thing I always say is too, when you are in a storm, there is always a rainbow after. I always say that when you're in the midst of a storm and everything is happening and snowballing, seem like sometimes things just come one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, and you can't get a breath in. But always remember, there's a rainbow after the storm. Always. Just give it time. Give it time. Some people don't, and they throw their hands up and they give up. Let's see what CV got to say. Thank you, everybody, for being here, and thumbs up, and everybody that come watch my replay. And I think that's another reason too. I want to do my tea party at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because a lot of my views from the tea party too come from the cruise community. And I know that I'm not going to have Destination Fun, and I'm not going to have Mike coming next time. So I know really I'm going to, be basically on my own with that. So I want to be at the time where seem like my people that don't work and give them a chance, because I really want to get to know them. CV said Betty, my oldest, was with us, and my wife paid for the family to eat at Sizzler. Total is about $100. People ain't got $100. A lot of people to eat at, CV. So y'all blessed. She asked my wife if we had thought about how many kids we would have. She was surprised at total. CV, does she want any? Total was about 100. She asked my wife if we had thought about how many kids we would have. She was surprised at the total. Was she surprised at the total amount of money that was spent, or how many kids you're gonna have? I'm always controversial. Scott. Oh, I'll be over in your DMs today, baby boy. I will be over in your DMs. Oh, Warmstrong. Warmstrong might be there now too. Scott, I am sending your invite. I'm adding you to the group. I'll have Scott there. Scott, it is on Sunday, the 27th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on a Sunday. I don't know if you work on the weekend, but it's Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll write you in your DMs. Okay. He said no. And then I don't know. Rooted. You got an Instagram, right? Because I need to DM and ask you something. Famous. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Yeah. If you got Instagram, I'm sure you got Instagram. You young enough to have Instagram. I know you got Instagram. Controversial. I don't know when is, but yeah, Sunday on the 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. And no. And CV. Um, he says we just had kids and we just made it happen, CV. You, you made it happen. Okay. Sometimes I was trying to make it happen, but then I ain't want them. And they came and they just popped. Popped. That second one just popped up there. But I'm so glad he popped because that second one saved my life. That's all I could say. Yeah, and famous, I'm sure you have. Is it under rooted in essential oils and Instagram? Okay. Sounds good. Okay, Jaden. All my scheduled community posts for this weekend. I see. Very good. You're getting better and better, Jaden. You are getting better and better. Um, Controversial said I do, but that's 3 p.m. for me. I get off at 2:30. Guess I'll be leaving at 2 that day. But I think I'll be on the Luminosa that day. Oh, if Bill tells me our Wi-Fi is good enough, I'll try from the ship. Okay, okay. I'll still pencil you in. And if you come, guess what? I will be happy. If you can't, then I'll catch you next month. Okay, that's what I was thinking too. I say he might be on the ship. But I feel so honored. I feel so honored because that gives me a little mixture of women and men, and then us women don't go all the way totally down the woman road, because we can kind of get to bashing, as Warm Strong could say. But we'll bash them. Hey, Jennifer, that go Jennifer. Oh, Chloe's mom. There she is. There is Chloe's mom, y'all. They had a busy weekend. This weekend, Jennifer, well, I'm gonna call her Jen because like everybody else do. Jen, um, Destination, and other people in the cruise community trying to get those watch hours. Destination should be at 3,000. She should be. I don't know how close Jennifer is, but they're pushing it. So I always say, forget about the 3,000, go for the 4,000, everybody, and start as early as you can. I'm telling you, because the earlier you start with watch hours, the less pain you're going to have later on. Okay, I definitely can say that. I just had to work on my subscribers. I had the hours, thank God. So, but the norm is most of the time you'll get your subscribers first and not your watch hours. So I say soon as you start working on your watch hours. Have people run your playlist. You run theirs. Do some lives if you're comfortable with it. Or get on other people's lives and co-stream out. Okay. And yeah. And then I say for me personally, if I'm not the host and I'm on someone's channel and I know that they're working on their hours, then I'm not going to co-stream out. So that's my personal thing and my personal feeling on it because I'm already monetized. So I'm going to try to, help out as much. But sometimes people have an agreement that, I still want you to do it. And if that's the agreement, then you may see me do it. Who knows? So there's not a answer on that. But thank you everybody for coming in. Thumbs up, thumbs up. And we're talking about life may not be the party we hope for, but while we're here, let's dance. Let's dance. Hey D, I thought about D. How you doing? D is amazing. She's from Australia. It's about 11:04 or something like that, where D is. And Aaron is her husband, Stormy Day 2007, and they're from Australia. And every time I see D, I really need to get those things with the kangaroos. I gotta do that. I only remember when I see D and I need to write it down. But okay, let's get back. I thought about this weekend because I had a hard Saturday. I had a break. And if most people know what I mean, I had a hard break this weekend. If I'm overly tired, I always have to watch that. And then the dog, I had been up with him for hours and hours for 2 weeks. And it really had worn on me. But let's go. I'm trying to set it up a little bit. But let's think about when we get ready to go to a party. Okay, Jaden, that is so good. You got to learn from Tuba Chat. All right, now we learn everything for Tuba Chat, y'all. We really do. It's amazing. And thank you so much for being here. But think about when you go to a party. I really want y'all to think about this. I haven't been to one in a while. Okay, the first thing you think of, what kind of party is it? That's the first thing you think of. What kind of party is it? Is it a party I want to go to? And it's just like with problems. What kind of problem is it? Is it big or bad? What kind of problem am I having? So it's almost like a party. You're trying to figure it out. Sometimes it comes at the last minute, or somebody asks you at the last minute, it smacks you in the face, that problem, like a party. Colin is doing amazing, D. Amazing, amazing. Okay. So thank you for asking. Yes, he's back to sleeping too. And that was my problem. I did not have enough sleep. Okay. And then when that problem comes and it smacks you in your face, are you just going to sit there and wallow in it? And that's what Saturday, I was so tired and I could feel myself, the stress just building. And you know what? I just sat there and I wallowed in it. But sometimes you have to. You have to. And that started early that morning. Okay. And then the next one you ask, well, who gonna be there? Who gonna be at the party? It depends on who's gonna be there. It's like who gonna be on the cruise ship? Do I want to be with that person on the cruise ship? I haven't been around the cruise people too long. Because they always have big groups. But even if you go to a party and the party is big, the person that you get along with don't get along. You might not even see that person. If you see it, it's a high and a by, and they don't even have to mess it up. And that's why I'm saying some problems come in and you can fix them right fast, and then they leave. And then believe me, another one's gonna come, and you think once, if that problem ever surfaces again, that you're going to be able to deal with it. Okay. But sometimes some stuff come around and around. Okay. And the next, what I'm going to wear? What am I going to wear? That's what we think. A coat of armor. With problems, we need a coat of armor to protect us. But we're going to say, is it a nighttime dress up party? Is it a casual party? Is it a white party only? Then you got to go out and purchase something, So it could be that. It could be the white special party, could be a problem that you never had before. But usually, even with the destination, how people now do destination weddings, then you got to spend extra money. Usually problems cause extra money, so much that, this party can do for these problems in our life to take away that happiness, because we want to be happy. Okay. And then is alcohol going to be involved? Like the one guy say he don't drink. So, can you go and then some people may be an alcoholic. So do I want to be around this? So sometimes if we put ourselves in a situation, sometimes that we can protect ourselves from, maybe this isn't a party we want to go to, especially if alcohol is involved and you can't not stay away from it. Okay. So sometimes when problems is coming to us, sometimes we can step to the side. Okay. And even this weekend, when I was really tired, I should have rested. But I just wallowed in it all day, and I just sat there and wallowed in it. And you know what happened? It snowballed. By 12 or 1 o'clock Sunday morning, you wouldn't want to know me. It was, and my husband come, what? And that's another thing. Your family has to be in tune to you. If people in your family have never suffered with depression, they don't understand a lot of times. Because they've never dealt with it. And I would say this is really, really, and we've been together 30 years, that I could really feel that he really felt what I was going through. Okay. Poor dog. Poor thing. Y'all know how dogs are. They feel us. He running off all through the house. He was a mess. I was a mess. But once, my husband, he did talk. It took me a while to calm down. And then I went in, took my shower, felt better. And then it took me a while to go to sleep. And then I put the rain music on because I try to sleep in the quietness. And because he was asking, well, do you want to sleep with the rain? I said, I don't care. That's still not nice now. And so he just cut the TV off totally. Then I had to say, you know, I need the music. I need the rain. And then the next morning after hey, Modesty, welcome. But how was everybody weekend? How was everybody? Because I had Saturday was a rough day. And like I say, if I ever get really tired, and I always say I'm going to work it out. And my friend Deborah that just showed up, she knew something was wrong. But you know what? You mask it. You learn how to mask it. And it's sad if your family really don't feel it. But your friends and even my baby sister, she knew something was wrong. But you try to mask it. And you're so good at that. Depressed people are so good at masking. They can put that smile on right away. They can, because that's what we do. You can mask it very well. And then I say, okay, Betty, if you get tired the next time, are you going to just let it just come in? Now, I already know it's coming. It's like a problem. You know it's coming. Say that $3,000 tax bill. You know it's coming. But then you don't do nothing about it. What you think gonna happen? And then you don't have but $1 in your bank account when that 3,000 tax bill comes. You do that every year. That same stress, that same anguish. Then you're gonna be trying to borrow money from people when you could have had it all prepared up. Same thing. Life and problems. The party. The life of the party. You just made it. But how do you handle problems when they come? I know a lot of people, they get quiet, they meditate, people pray, um, you know, and sometimes family members can help and talk you out of it. Sometimes counselors can help. When you really need it, sometimes you need medication to get it out of it. All I needed was sleep. That's all I needed was sleep. But how do you handle, the problems that come in your life? How do you handle it? And Jim was saying, so true, Betty, it gets hard. It does. Life, it can be good. Life can be good. We only get one, y'all. Jen and her husband, they still young. Y'all got a lot of life ahead. A lot of life ahead. Life can be good. And especially in a good marriage, good relationship, it can be even better. You could take $2 gin with two people together that work good together and make it 4 or 5 or 6. I'm telling you, life can be good when you really got a good partner. You can do it alone, but when you got a good partner, good family members, life can be good. Life can be good. Dee said we went to Melbourne Saturday night to a suburb called Werribee. Did a paranormal investigation. Dee, Heather, I would love Heather to come to my tea party, but it'll be 4 day in the morning for her. I think it would be like 6 a.m. in the morning. But Dee stays in Australia. They do the paranormal investigation. Heather, Werner, and Drew, they all do the same thing. She said we drove home, got home 2 a.m. I was boogered Sunday too. She was saying she was tired, boogered, tired. Yeah, but we gotta get our rest. And working, being a mom, being a dad, gotta get the house clean, the bills paid. It's like at a party. We got to do the dance. We got to dance around it. Okay. Well, I hope you got some rest, D. I hope, because your children are grown and gone. You know, Jen got to worry about kids. Controversial Cruising said, I go to my Sagittarius and Libras to talk some sense into their. I know, but you know, the great part about aging is we can still learn, never stop learning. However, we've acquired a lot of wisdom. And and I want to talk too about perception. Because sometimes what I'm saying, or sometimes if somebody writes something, it's really not the way they mean it. A lot of times. Sometimes it is, but a lot of times, that's why I say, when I do lives personally, I don't like avatars. You know, other channels, I'll go on channels and they like avatars, and that's fine. But I like to see people's eyes when I talk to them, or their laughter. It's just not looking at, or smile, because that's how I get to know you. I really want to get to know you, and like I say, lives aren't all about money. It's about a community we build. And even, like I say, a lot of people now, how in lives they ask for money, and it's nothing wrong, because that's their channel of what they do and how they do it. But the community is what all of us really want. We just find different ways of getting to it. Okay. Because I know channels that's in behind avatars. They have 6, 8 people, and their channels do phenomenal. So I cannot talk about them. Even like with CV, I don't know if he's still, and he just flips baseball cards. He got over 1 million views, y'all. I got somebody in my community got over 1 million views. Let's see. My kids have 4 legs now. Oh, yeah, that's true. Lock them in your laundry. Yeah, but you know what? People say dogs are not even close to kids. They take a lot of money, $450 last week or 2 weeks ago. Because he was in agony. He was just itching and whatever, and that took away all of that, which I'm happy about. But you can put, you can't put your kids up in boarding. I can't put Colin up in boarding no more. He's so old. He'll probably die if I left him now. But yeah, and then it makes you think. I'm telling anybody thinking about getting an animal, make sure that you're ready for the responsibility, because it's a lot. Money wise, time wise. Because even I said Colin will be 15 this year. I always mix up the ages, y'all. Colin will be 15 this year. And he's been around me a long time. A long, long time. Okay, and we talked about the alcohol at the party. Okay, we say that we may have to do a dance around that if we're an alcoholic and we need to stay away from it. Some of us, it doesn't bother me. If I went to a party, it doesn't bother me. Now, if somebody's smoking at a party, yeah, that would bother me. And I would hope they would go outside. Yes, Warm Strong, I said it. I said it. Go outside, with it. But also food. That's another thing we think about. What if you just started your diet yesterday? Problems don't come all at the same time, you know. So different foods like intermittent fasting, the time I go to a party, am I going to eat? I have to adjust the time. Sometimes with problems, you got to adjust and you got to do the dance, is what I always say. And you always have an option. In this life, you always have options, whether you want to go to that party or not. If you want to go to that party or not, you know. But yeah, but I really thought about that this weekend because I was gonna have another topic. But I really thought about after I really, because a lot of people suffer with depression. A lot of people. And they're so ashamed. I think earlier in my life, I was so ashamed of it. And it really came out after my mom passed. I suffered with it, but not really realizing, even though it ran in my family, I really didn't realize it. Because I used to say, this is what I say. This might give somebody a thought, whether they're depressed or not. I used to be tired all the time, tired. And I was in my 20s. And I'd be like, how people get all this other energy and I don't have no energy? How they get it? Let me go and I'll go back to that. Let me see what Keisha says. Definitely sound like my kids, Miss Betty. My son's allergic to everything. I know. So when you go anywhere or do anything, you got to worry about that, especially if your children are allergic to peanut butter. You got to worry. If you take them to the daycare, they may forget it. The kid may bite into somebody else's sandwich. So I guess the person where she takes her son would have to make sure nobody get peanut butter. She don't buy any peanut butter when she. So that's another thing. Even with parents, then the problem also goes to another person because they got to make sure. Okay. I know something about my granddaughter right now. There's a problem. So I don't know how her mom's going to handle it when she wants to visit somebody's house. Is she going to let them know or don't let them know? And my granddaughter probably listened to me. Oh, Lord, I didn't say it, granddaughter. I'm going to call you today, too. Or you call grandma after this. Okay. Got asthma. Okay. We stay at the urgent care with broken bone. Oh, my God. My kids in have broken bones. Thank you, God. Thank you. Got a broken teeth out of his mouth. Respiratory issues. One of my sons had asthma, but I didn't know it, Keisha, until he was 4 years old, and it was on Martin Luther King birthday. I never forget it. And he was in his high chair, and he go. I said, "Oh my God!" And then I took him, and yeah, but it was never really bad. He had his moments, but I started giving him go to the doctor first. Father's John. Because he used to have him close to like the wintertime and summertime, and I would give him, and that really helped. That Father's John, and no, it was cod liver oil. That's what it was. And that really helped. And he grew out of it though. Keisha, he did. He grew out of it. He had like that. They call it the barrel chest, is what they call it. And Dee said, yes, I have 3 dogs. 2 are 13 years old. Yeah, deaf fellows. Other girl is 2 in December. My babies, yep, cost a lot. And I think too that Colin came in my life for a reason and a season. And it was to learn patience. Because Colin is a type A personality. And I have a fiery personality. So when I first got Colin, I thought he was going to be cuddly and all. Colin wasn't that dog. And I had to learn to love him. I almost gave him up. I said, I see how people give their dogs up. And I said, Colin did not choose you. I chose him. And I grew to love him. He's still type A personality now. He want to be in control. Yeah, that's a lot of money with 3 dogs. And Jennifer says, same. I struggle after, yes, when you lose a parent, I struggled after Chloe was born. Yes. Oh, you know what, too? Another thing I thought about, Jen, because my sister was out of town. Now she's home. Okay, but I struggled um a lot after my mom, and then really went into deep depression. I about ate myself to death, Jen. I went up to 213 pounds. You either do one or two things when you're stressed: you overeat or you don't eat. And I remember my mom, when she lost her mom, she said she didn't eat. She struggled after Chloe was born, but I didn't realize it like I did after my dad passed away. Yes. And I noticed, because I work with a lot of pregnant women, because this weekend, it was a doctor that that something happened to her. I'm just trying to not trigger anybody, and also her baby. And I noticed most women that are depressed after, they usually suffer a lot with depression before. It just don't pounce on them. A lot of them suffer with them um after, and you have to be so careful, and the parent and the family have to be in tune with you to see it. A lot of time families aren't in tune. They're so happy about the baby, they kind of forget about the moms need to be taken care of. And that's why I say, in the olden days, Jen, we always had someone to take care of us. Right after I had my baby, as soon as I got home from the hospital, my mom stayed with me for a couple of weeks. Okay. And that's why the doulas, let me see if anybody came in since I've been talking. Nope. With doulas, we can even be with the mom. Well, I always visit like a week or two later. And then after that, if she needs me, she can give me a call. I've had some moms call me that start crying and can't stop. I've taken a mom to the doctor myself to, get it, her. She just, I can't stop crying. I said, well, what your family said? They're not saying that. So I picked her up, took her to the doctor. So sometimes we just need those extra, little hands to help us, because we get tired. When moms get home, we supposed to sit down. We still doing. Okay. But I didn't realize it. Yeah, sometimes you really don't. Okay. I struggle with depression, but try. Yeah, we all mask it, Jen. We all mask it. Thank you, everybody, coming in. We're talking a little bit of life may not be the party we hope for. And problems come in, but we only get one life. One life. And our young part is so short. We just whoop, we go by. And then as we get older, we look back, and yeah, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. But I think when you talk about it, put it out there, somebody like, oh yeah, I feel the same way. It's even with YouTube. I know one time I was saying how it really broke me, because it did. And somebody say, it was good to hear. They wrote me in my Instagram that somebody else says it, you know, because sometimes you hide it. But I still struggle, but I still struggle with it. I still struggle with it, but try to hide it and take each day at a time. Yeah. And sometimes I think in some situations, I think I should have just said it out in the open. And I think something else would have worked better with me if I would have just said it. Embarrassment. Embarrassment. So my sister's still trying to get me. She said Chloe is the same way. Oh, I tell you. She said Colin wasn't that dog. You funny, Miss Betty. I know, girl. I was serious. I was like, I see how people take their dogs back. I was gonna take him out there to way out, to wherever they take the dogs, to give them up, and then they'll readopt them out. I had to sit down with myself. I say, self, you pick that dog. You can't help it, that dog not coming. And honestly, Keisha, my husband is so nice to Colin, but since he's so nice, he try to control him. He controlling. Okay. That thing back there, he controlled my husband. Oh, Roro here. Hey, Roro. I got Roro here. Oh, yep. Dad passed away in February. I really don't think I've grieved yet. It's weird, but yes, you will ball it up, but one day that dam will break. I did that with my mom. I held it in, but I didn't hold it in as long as you. It was like all through everything, the preparation, then the night after. Oh my goodness, they had to hold me down. Okay. But once you do sit in a quiet moment, like I said, and think about it, and let the tears just come, let them flow, and you will feel like you're refreshed and you're renewed. It's like a rinsing of the soul, you know? So sit down and let yourself have a cry. Feel the sadness, you know? Oh, my sister. Okay. And yeah, and I'm doing so good, Roro. I had, like I said, a real rough weekend. And yeah. And like I say, even with Roro, I'm so happy that she is in my life right now. And I always say, somebody was saying about divine intervention. We were talking about that, Roro, with controversial cruising. Like he was saying, oh, Betty, you're saying I'm in your life for divine. And yes, you're in my life. We're in the moment right here, right now, is for a reason. We may not be in each other's life forever, y'all, but it is a reason. Just like I said with the dog, it is a reason. And Colin is for patience. My best friends, well, two of them, I'm not going to say the third, Diane, but two of them are very soft, very loving, very giving. And those two people, three people, well, Diane's like me, but those other two people came in my life for a reason, not for a season, but for a reason, a long season. Let's put it that way. And maybe with Diane, maybe our season is over. You know, maybe I just end up with Deborah and Renee. Maybe those are the ones that I'm supposed to end up with. Keisha, she says, Keisha, we're all good at masking it. I'm telling y'all, when I did live on depression, there were so many people that came out and say that they were depressed, or other people did lives right after, which I'm so happy that they did, because they gave people time to talk about it. And then other people come in on their lives that's different, and they talk about it. Okay. So that's one thing that I can say, that yes, we definitely can mask a depression. And Roro said, when I found out I had a serious life issue, I asked my, yeah, doctor, and there is no shame in that. Even with depression, sometimes you can't get your footing. I know after my mom passed, I just couldn't do it. I needed help. I needed help. I hadn't got to the point where you say, because the doctor even asked me, he said, are you suicidal? And I said, no. I knew I hadn't gotten to that part. And Roro, I never got to that part of ever being suicidal, but I have gotten to the part where I've been in a dark hole. And if anybody been depressed, they know what I'm talking about. I've been in a dark hole and you can't climb out. I've been in that a couple of times, and it's not nice. It has been years since I've been in that, thank God, but that's not pleasant. And you got to have a lot of support around you, because I know my best friend Renee, this happened years ago, and she was talking to me. She said, you need some help. You need some help. You need to get somewhere. Because I got to the point where I didn't want to answer the phone. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I just couldn't pull myself out. And you know what I used to say? If I sleep a little longer, you're so welcome, D. If I sleep a little longer, I'll have energy, but it never came. I don't know if anybody do that where you just sleep and sleep and you really don't want to wake up because you know that same feelings coming back and then you don't feel any joy. Roro said, I feel the same way, and I'm so happy to be able to experience you sharing your beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And that's what I say. You know, a lot of times my sister was like, um, why do you dredge up the past sometimes? Leave it be. Leave it be. But if somebody can, you know, really learn or get something out of it, I really want them to roll. I want special those ones, like I say, 27 to 45 and up. I want them to learn as early as they can that life can be a good party. It can be, you know, it's still gonna have problems, but we have to find a way of dealing with it because we're always gonna have problems. And then when we talk to someone that have, you know, a major illness, it's like, ooh, what am I whining about? You know, and then I was finding myself where I wasn't grateful, Roro. I wasn't grateful. And I had no need because even my husband told me, like, you aren't grateful. You got a good life. You aren't. And I had to really learn that. But then when you're in the midst of it, like Saturday, but next time, Roro, I really want to try hard. WH Modesty, I'm so happy that you're here. That I really want to come at it faster and not just roll in it is what it is. And I was even telling somebody else, and I told him that I was going to be talking about this a little bit because you know sometimes two depressed people being around each other don't help when both depressed. And sometimes you can wallow in it, you know. Sometimes you really can. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. If you share me, I will pin you up to the top. And also, I'm going to have my tea party Sunday, the 27th of August at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing it a little bit different, a little later. It's two reasons because I'm sure I'm not going to have the cruise community as much. Controversial cruising, we done penciled him in because he may be on the ship, which be amazing. Scott, he has an amazing personality. And the other reason is because after I get off and my replays, I have so many people come and watch. And maybe I can grab some of those people on that evening and see how, you know, that goes. But I know I'll still have y'all. I'll still have y'all there, is what it is. But yeah, but you know what? Even, you know, when we're she said, you're right. Sometimes you have to stop the noise. Yeah, because I've had, I know everybody's been like, I've been to that point where you just, you know, or I don't know if anybody ever did that. That's when I'm really there, you know, hitting your head. And, but I can say the depression that I have now is not compared to my 30s. Our 40s. It's not even comparable. My 30s was the roughest in those dark holes. And I think most of us is just so hormonal at that age too. Even men, we're so hormonal. Things are starting to decrease in our 30s, our hormones. If we're women, our eggs are getting old or they're misfiring, then we're having more callbacks when we go on health you know, to the doctor. We go and take a test and they calling us back and they call more stress. But you know what? When I think about it, I'm telling you, with all those problems, there is still, we can find happiness and gratefulness. We can always, because I don't want to end this on a happy part. We can, and I even said, I'm going to say it again, even with my first marriage, even though it only lasts 3 years, I can find gratefulness even in that. That marriage taught me, and I said this 10 times, that marriage, and I really didn't feel like that when this is like 178th live, I believe, that I've done. I really didn't feel like this the first of this, but I am so grateful to him that he asked me to marry him. I'm so grateful that um that we had our first child together, both of us. So neither one of us can ever share that. I'm grateful that I had the strength to end the marriage. I'm grateful that it taught me what a mate should look like. Okay, and it taught me what red flags looks like. So I'm grateful. I can be happy in the worst of the worst. And that's a great place to be, So Keisha said, yes, Miss Betty. I have one friend that even at her happy, she has a depressive demeanor. She barely smiles, negative talk, yeah, thrives on other low points, depressive, and can only see a little at a time. But Keisha, too. mm, I just thought about something. Sometimes you will have people that come in your life like that. I have somebody now, and I know it's a lesson I'm supposed to be learning from her. So many people don't like her, but for some reason I love her. And I know it's that one side, what you're talking about, that she has. But it's something, and I'm going to go in a quiet moment with that because I'll break it off, go back, break it off. And that's not the norm for me. Usually I'll break it and not go back. But for some reason, I'm always moved back to her. Always. She don't depress me, but she has that part of her that really can get under your skin, but she's still, but I get it. I get it. And if I really needed to get her out my life, I don't know if for some reason it's that small voice in my head, Keisha, that keep me going back. We won't talk for months, and then we just start talking again. So, you know, um, yes, D, it's all life's learning. But the earlier we can learn it, D, the better. The better, because we're always learning. And Roro said, going outside and experiencing God's beautiful creation. Yes, I would just sit on the ground when I take the dog out and just look. The sunshine, the blue skies, the cool breezes. And even at night, looking at the moon, I still, Roro, thought there wasn't any stars in the sky. And because when I was little, my mom and my sister used to sit on our front steps and look up at the sky and even we had like the lightning bugs, the fire bugs, fireflies used to come around, even though I don't see those no more. But there are stars when I look in a certain direction. They're still there. It's because we tend to not look, you know. There are so many things in this world that we can appreciate, you know. So other people we can appreciate. We're humans. We were made to be around other people. Yes, I am basically a loner. You wouldn't think that, but I am. I'm basically a loner. But I know interacting with people really helps. And you know what? All of us, I'm telling you in this chat, we're really have something within us that when we talk to somebody, we can tell us something right. We really can. We can ignore it, but we can tell when something is just not quite right in a person that you're talking to. Sometimes in the chat, too, it depends on how they talk. And like I say, perception. Sometimes seeing somebody write something, perception. Sometimes it's going to sound, well, I'm not going to say it sounds crazy, but you can see sometimes people write and it's really coming from their heart. You really can. You really can tell if it's really coming. And some people are just hurt. I keep saying that when they come in your chat, they're hurt, and hurt people hurt people. Is what, oh my goodness, an hour, 14 minutes, y'all. I've been running my mouth. Thumbs up to help me grow. Oh, Pete is in Italy too. He tried to do a live on Saturday. If any of my moderators need to leave, just let me know, because I know I'm a little over time. I know D is late for her. Warmstrong might have to be, do something, but I'm fine, because I can always go over and delete whatever I need to delete. I don't want to keep y'all here longer than what it is. Roro say yes. Growing up in Florida, do you stay in Florida, Roro? My family used to go outside at night and lay on the grass to look up. We never laid on the grass, but we used to like sit on the stoop, is what I call it. But the front stairs of the house, the little porch not enclosed. And I have a porch like that now where you can sit outside. It's screened in. Mosquitoes can't get you. And yeah, I'm gonna have to film one day on that porch. Gotta make sure I don't show my address. But yeah, it's just a quiet time is what it is. So, and another thing too, I want to say before, oh, you live, girl. Okay. I'm trying to get the cruise people. I think, is it next year they're meeting up? I'm not sure, but if they go to Disney, I would meet up with them. And that's what I say. Usually I am a person of my word. Very rarely I change on that end. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. If I can't, I will tell you. If I don't want to do it, I can say no. That's always been a good thing about me. I can say no. But one thing too I want to say is that with YouTube, I want to just say this. I started almost 2 years ago. I'm going to celebrate 2 years, though. I am in September. I didn't celebrate my monetization because I just didn't think that was something to celebrate, because I still got to work more. But 2 years, I think I will. I know I will. And YouTube was so hard for me because I was trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. I was trying to push it. So now I found out with the vlogging, I have to be open, transparent. Even with me moving my camera around and stuff, I don't try to hide it anymore until I get better at it. Once you're honest and open, people like, hey, she can be vulnerable. And when you are a vlogger, you're gonna have to be vulnerable. That's just part of it. People gonna talk about you no matter how perfect they gonna. You go through your house, they gonna find, like, I got a wet spot on the roof. I'm sure somebody gonna tell me that one day. Will come and scrape it and get me a painter. So yeah, but yeah, you gotta be open. You gotta be transparent. And with YouTube, my strength is basically keeping my mouth shut and not talking about others. And I'm starting to slip just a little. So I'm reeling that back in with the strength that I have. But I'm so happy all of you joined me today. I'm not sure if Destination Fun or Jen is going live today at a certain time. If y'all in here, maybe y'all can tell me if you're going live, because they're working on their watch hours is what they're doing. And I want to thank everybody that came in today, everybody that comes for the replay. I thank all of you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do, because being a being on lives, it's not easy. They said, it's so much easier when what I want to say, when you got other people up to support you, is what it is. But thank you so much. D, you go to bed. She might be already, because I told everybody, you can leave me now. But again, I'm going to be on Wednesday morning. Roro says, that's it, Betty. You motivate me to be vulnerable. Okay, well, great. I'm great with that. And I'm trying so hard Thank you, D. I try so hard to do that. I try to be open. And like I say, to me, it's not about the money. Um, and I always say, sure, we all, money helps, but I want the connection. I want the community. Maybe I get sick one day and somebody in this community have to come take care of me, or vice versa. You never know why we are here at this moment, at this time, at this place. And people come on, they join, they move on, and that's great because that's what they supposed to do, you know. And she say, Aaron, Stormy Day 2007, still at work. Overtime home soon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, near the 1 a.m. So I'm gonna release everybody. But thank you so much for coming. Controversial Cruising. Yes, Betty. And Controversial Cruising and Warm Strong go on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Dee says she doing a load of laundry. Yes, we all want a community. We all want a community that stands, that comes and join us all the time. And I want to get to know the community that watch me on replay. They also want to know them. So I'm hoping when I do the tea party at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 27th of this month, hope I get to meet more of them. I really do. But I'm going to say bye, and I thank you so much. Because you know what? It's sunny here in Florida. And thank you, Roro. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day and trying to hit all these different keys. But thank you so much, and bye, everybody.
Just text, I know it's a toss. Oh, but I hate the fact that we lost.